back to Justin Talks Villa and the video that I've been asked more than any other over the last week, the drone update. If you're new around here, drop this video a like, get involved in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel. Your support, as always, is much appreciated. So here we go. As I say, it's been 3 weeks since the last update, mainly because all the concerts that have been going on at Villa Park, there hasn't been a lot of work going on, but I've managed to get down there. You'll have to apologise, I will have to apologise for some of the video and drone footage today because it was very, very windy. I went in the morning and it was tipping down the rain, so I had to go away and come back when the rain had stopped. But there is some moments where the drone really struggled with the wind. Although the image stabilisation is excellent, it did struggle. So here we go. There has been a bit of improvement and a bit of work done, as you can see from the grade area there. That is going to be the entrance to the main hall of the warehouse project. So that almost looks complete. 3 out of the 4 main roofing areas are now in. And at the back you saw, and we'll come round to that again in a minute. You can see here at the front as well, there is a bit of the brickwork going into the front right of the entrance to the warehouse. You can see that there. So work is definitely now starting to ramp up. I think due to open around Christmas time, and it looks to be on track because the main structure is getting there now. There's obviously quite a bit of work to do towards the back and the main building, but once all that steel work is in, then you would imagine that the internal works can then progress pretty quickly. So yeah, as we can see going round the other side of the building, the 3 out of 4 main roof areas are now in. The front area of the main hall entrance is in, and the 2 boxed structured areas, which I presume might be holding offices or some kind of rooms, maybe for the food areas, prep areas, I don't really know. But yeah, we've got halfway along now of the main structure of the steel work in the main hub of the warehouse. So once that continues to the front, I would imagine over the next few weeks we're going to start seeing the roof of the main structure going on. If you can see now towards the back of the building, the structure and the cladding on the back are definitely coming along now, and the connection to that building towards the back of the structure as well, and onto the pub area. I do wonder if the club could maybe have bought that area on the corner as well and maybe extended or added something extra in that area. I also wondered the other day when I went to the club shop whether once this is all complete, and by I mean all, I mean the North Stand redevelopment and the warehouse, that the car park area may possibly be moved over onto the old where the coaches park. So that'd be an interesting one to keep an eye on. So then I took the drone over Villa Park, and as you can see, a lot of the flooring that has been put in place for the concerts is now up, and the pitch looks pretty ropey. I'm sure they know what they're doing. They're still a few weeks away from the start of the season against Newcastle, but there seems to be a lot of work to be done on the pitch. But as you can see there on the bottom of the Doug Ellis stand, the continued works to replace the seats and restructure the gangways is definitely gaining pace. I mean, this is on a Sunday, so they are working 7 days a week to get this work done and ready for the start of the season, which is fantastic to see. As you can see there, that group is just grabbing those seats and they are trying to make their way now to where they are going to be put in. So yes, it is definitely all systems go now at Villa, all the concerts are done, and the focus now returns to trying to make sure that the ground and the stadium and the pitch is all ready for the big kick-off against Newcastle United back in the Premier League. I'm no groundsman or expert in this, but I presume they're going to be bringing in new turf by the look of that pitch. They certainly won't be trying to grow it in a very short amount of time. What, we've got about 4 weeks to the first game, so there's a lot of work to be done internally at Villa Park. And the seating structure, I think the seats towards the right of the initial ones, this is where, sorry, I apologise for the drone, that it was really getting blown around, and I was trying hard to try and keep it as level as I can, so apologies if it's a bit wonky today. But yeah, towards the left hand side you can see the seats are in place for the new structure of the gangways. So I moved the drone round to the Holt end because I wanted to have a good look at the brand new steps, and I have to say they are absolutely magnificent. They are on both sides and they really stand out. A fantastic welcome when you arrive at Villa Park for a game next season, to be reminded this is our home and has been for over 150 years. A really nice addition to the stadium, and it adds another touch of class to what is already one of the great old British football stadiums. Hope you've enjoyed today. I really enjoyed doing all this filming. Speak to you all soon. Up the Villa.
They say you don't choose Aston Villa, it chooses you.